Hi, this is a tutorial by Modern Design Media, and in this video we're going to cover how to do some basic edits to the Revolution slider. I use this on a lot of my clients' websites, so I just want to cover how to change a background image, add a button, things like that. So once you're logged into your website, you will go to the Slider Revolution tab on the bottom left corner. Normally it's, 3 or 4 up from the top, but it might be different on every website, so just look for it. After you click on that, it's going to take you to this area where you should be able to see all of your sliders. You might only have one or you might have multiple here, but look for one that has an image tab that you recognize and just click on it. That'll take you to your slider to edit it. Some sites have more than one slider, so if you don't know which slider goes where, you can always ask me. You'll automatically be taken to the first slide. So say, for example, you wanted to change the image on this first slide. I'm going to go ahead and do this one because it's one we're not actually using, so I'll use it as a sample. So I'm going to click to the last slide right here. You just click on the little thumbnail. And right now, this slide is actually deactivated, and you can tell because it has a little red circle over it. To activate it, you would hover over it and click on the little green circle. Now, to change the image that's the background image on this slide, you just scroll down below and press Change Image here where it says Main Background Image. Change image, and you can either upload a new file from your computer or go to your media library and select a pre-existing file. I'm just going to select one that already exists, and you'll see the thumbnail should change, and then the background image here will change as well. Now this image isn't properly sized to fit in the slider, so you can see that it's a little stretched out, but you'll want to use an image that's more vertical than the ones that I have here, just to make sure you can fill the space. So for example, this one is sized correctly to fit, so I'm going to go ahead and press insert, and you'll see that it'll fill the space nicely. And then say you wanted to have a button on the site, you could either add layer and then add a button, or if there's already a button existing and you just want to change the text, you can double click the button and the text box here will pop up, and you could say listen to sermons, and then press the green check mark here to save. To change how this looks, you can go to the style area here and click the little drop down area. You can change the font settings here and also the background of the button here. So say you wanted to change the background opacity from being slightly see-through, or if you wanted your button to be white with black text so that it could show up better, you would just change the text here and then the background color. You could also change the background color to be red or really any color that you want to. So just like that. Once you've made changes, you always need to press the Save button up in the top here. If you want to delete a slide, you can hover over the slide and then click Delete. This is what I'm not using, for example, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Now, if you have an existing slide and you want to make another one that looks similar to it, you can also hover over a slide and press Duplicate. That will create an exact duplicate of the slide that you already have on your site. So then you could click on the slide. You could click Change Background Image here when it appears, and you could upload a new slide background image, and that way you can avoid having to do some of the settings that can be a little difficult to figure out. So say we wanted to add a button here, we could do Add Layer and then Button, and you can select your button type. You will need to change some stuff about the colors and the way that it looks, so I'm going to go ahead and do just this one. Say you wanted to put it over here, and maybe I want this button to be white, so instead I'll click the Style drop down here, click on the background color, and I'll change this to be white. And then the opacity is a percentage, so you can do like 0.2, 0.5, and that'll change how see-through your module is. So I'm going to press 1 to make it solid. And then I'm going to change the font color here to be black because I couldn't see it anymore. So now you can see I've changed the button. And then to control where the button links to, you can click on Actions when you have the layer selected. So select and drag Actions, and then press this little button here, and on click, we're going to do a simple link. So then you would just paste your URL in here for where you want this button to go when you click on it. For example, if you're on your website and you want this link to go to the Serve page, Missional Outreach, you could go to the Missional Outreach page, copy the URL to that page in the top of your browser, and then paste it into this link area. Now, if we press Save here and we go look at the homepage slider of the website, you should be able to see the new slider that we've created and also click on the button and go right to the Missional Outreach page that we created. If you want to get rid of the button, you can click on it and then click the little trash can here and press OK, and that layer will disappear. If you want to disable a slide like I had done before, you can click on the little red circle here to disable, and that will turn off the slide so it doesn't appear anymore on the site. You always want to remember to save your changes and look at the front end of the website to make sure that nothing has gone wrong after you've made changes. If you have any other questions, just let me know and I will be happy to help.